What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday, you know what I mean? We're here to talk about some Green Bay Packers. Packers fall 34-26 to the Broncos and major injuries. We're going to talk all about it. And looking ahead to the Chicago Bears, you know what I mean? But first, let's give a little shout out to the sponsors. Quick Trip being a fantastic sponsor. And right now, they got Urge Candy, 2 for $3. You know what I mean? Check the Quick Rewards app. They got a lot of cool stuff over there. And if you need some goods, if you're going to a Packer game or whatnot, you need a tailgate spot, they got all the things you need, you know what I mean? And of course, another fantastic sponsor, Nicolay Law. If you were injured and you need help dealing with the insurance companies, Nicolay Law is going to take care of you, get you what you need to get you back on your feet and whatnot. And there you go. So appreciate it, Nicolay Law and Quick Trip. But here we go. The Packers fall 34-26 to the Denver Broncos. Micah Parsons goes down. Christian Watson goes down. Christian Watson injury doesn't seem to be as bad as it was. The Parsons injury, I don't even like talking about it, you know what I mean? But let's bring Vinny in here, the producer, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Vinny, what are you thinking about just everything? Because, like, obviously, to me, the game, the loss doesn't matter. If the Packers would have lost, like, whatever, it is what it is. But to lose Parsons was huge. But I do believe the Packers can go on without him. What do you think the Packers have to do to keep that defense rolling along?
Well, let's keep in mind. Okay, well, first off, let's just say having Parsons. Hey, let's admit it. We got spoiled having a guy like that on the team, right? But this defensive unit is still the same unit we had last year, and they were pretty damn good last year. Okay, now what they need to do. Here's the thing. I was thinking about it ever since that horrible incident, and I cried at night, just so you know. Okay. What the Packers really need to do, there's 2 keys to make this season really worth it. One, on defense, they need to really step up and create turnovers. That's the one thing that's kind of been missing a little bit this year.
Yeah, for sure.
They need to create the turnovers. This is the time to do it. And second, our offense needs to get red hot. You know, we need to make the other teams play from behind, big time. Because if our defense, if we're missing that pressure that we got from Parsons, right, that kept those other teams off balance and stuff like that, as long as we can get those points of love, because we know Love and our receivers can get those points when they're red hot. If we can go up and get those 30-some points that we know they can do, we can give up the 20-some points that a defense can give up and still win a game. You know that.
Oh yeah, I mean the offense can do it. Matt LaFleur, the way he's been calling the games, a lot of people dog him on the play calling, and I have before too, like in the past earlier in the season. But I feel like they're trying to push the ball down the field more, and that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to offense is going to have to take control a little bit. Now that I think the defense is going to fall off because Rashawn Gary talked about it. Everyone just got to step up, dude. And I mean, this is the same. They didn't expect to have Parsons. They got him. I mean, he's fantastic, and he made this defense just a little bit different. But also, I got faith in this and the guys in that locker room. So they have to get after it, though. They have to dig deep. They all have to come together. They're going to have to get pressures from different spots. You're not going to have someone being double teamed, triple teamed, held over all over the place. So, but it has to come from other places.
And you're right.
Blitz, but they have
This is the game to prove it, too, because you know exactly what the Bears are going to do against us. They're going to try to run that ball right up our gut because we're going to be missing Williams at safety. We're missing Parsons for that pressure on the line. They're going to try to run it on us and do play action. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, and then that's kind of the whole offense.
That's what we do, yeah.
They run. They just run the ball. Mm-hmm. And if they're successful run the ball, they're successful. But I'm not saying that Caleb Williams can't throw the ball, but that their running game is what they do. But Jeremy says offense needs to score touchdowns, not field goals, and that's absolutely right. When you get down in the red zone,
100%.
you get in those areas, the offense has to get it into the end zone. And obviously in Denver, that's a really good team. I don't think the Bears are on that level, but they have to get in the end zone. They have to, especially going forward. You're going to be playing good teams. Like looking ahead, they got the Bears, they got the the Ravens, and then the Vikings. So it's not a super insanely hard schedule. I think the Bears and Soldier Field, everyone's gonna be hyped up for that game. The Bears are gonna be jacked. The Packers are gonna be jacked. I feel like the Packers, that locker room's gonna be lit up, like do it for Micah type of deal. Kind of keep that thing moving, and especially like everyone's kind of disrespecting the Packers defense, kind of just like saying it's over and they got nothing. It's done. Like they hear that stuff and they got pride. So I think that they can come out there and take a swing. And the Ravens aren't playing spectacular right now. Their season isn't going exactly how they want. So we'll see. I don't think it's gonna be an easy win by any means, but I think that's doable. And then the Vikings, you know what I mean? The Vikings.
The defense is hyped up for it. They recently just asked Rashawn Gary, and I do have a video for that where they asked him about
play that real quick.
Okay, here we go.
Just understanding what's in front of us. Understanding that we still got the pen in our hand. We can still write. We can still write our story. And with guys that's been out this season, Tuck, DY, him, going to be a reason why we're going to finish strong. Keeping those guys in mind.
You guys played good defense, obviously, last year without Micah. So what worked so well for you guys last year that you can lean on for now?
Everybody just playing fast. Everybody still having that swagger, confidence, and just understanding Micah made us better as a group, but understanding that we're still the same players and still got the same group.
I like that saying play fast, because that's what it is. As a defense, you have to play fast. Like, obviously, playing fast is part of it. Is like everyone knowing like what's going on, no one confused. But I'm gonna get to another comment over here. Luke says, "I was looking at playoff picture at work. Packers win last 3 games. Packers might get one seed, home field advantage, and but that's the thing. Like with the NFC, like how it's stacked up." Like one, you don't lose, you're going to put yourself in a good situation, because one loss for a team trickles them way down, because everyone's kind of bunched together like that. So there we go. And Jeremy said it's time for Van Ness to go beast mode. Absolutely, Van Ness is back. So perfect opportunity. He was back last week, but yeah, dude, let's let him get fired up. I think every game he comes back, he's gonna get more. At coming back after an injury. So let's get him all fired up. Like I say, it doesn't have to be one person. Like spread it around. Get some fire under him, and I got the faith, baby. I see people quitting on the team. You know what I mean? I'm worried about the secondary down the stretch. The secondary, you're right. The secondary is a concern. I think obviously pass rush bails you out in that, and if they don't have a consistent pass rush, that could be a problem. Hopefully they do get a consistent pass rush. Eric says, "Hey Matt, good to see you. Packers going all the way this year. I feel it." You know what I mean? I still have the faith. Like I say, it got difficulter. I think that's not a word. It got more difficult.
It is, because you said it.
Absolutely, it did. And I get like people, being pessimistic or whatever, like saying it's over. That's not me, but I kind of get it. It's a devastating injury. Like when it happened, brutal. Here we go. And Luke said Packers still favorite to win NFC North. Yeah, they're favored in this week coming up. We're gonna get some comments and then we'll talk about this. There's stats on this game just a little bit. I want to talk about that offense. Just finish in red zone. Too many field goals. Absolutely. Kevin said Gary's going to be unleashed. You know what I mean? All right, so Vinny, bring up those numbers for this game. I just want to talk about this Packers offense against that. We got Jordan Love was what was he, 24 or 40, 276 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Quarterback rating over there 77. Which one of those was right? I don't know. But Josh Jacobs 12 carries, 73 yards. And then Matthew Golden, 3 catches for 55. Jaden Reed, 5 for 55. Luke, 4 for 52. So they were spreading that ball around. Romeo Doubs had 2. And Christian Watson, obviously, he got hurt, but he had 3. So I think that this offense can get after, because Denver's a good defense. But that's what they have to do. They have to put up some yards.
There was still one positive that came out of this game. Jaden Reed is still for real. Dude, that's 2 games in a row that he has been on fire. Yeah.
Yeah. I love me some Jaden Reed. Yeah, so I have faith in this offense. They had to put it together. But like Bo Nix in that last game, he had 23 of 34, 302 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think many offenses have done that against this Packers defense. So let's rein that back in. You know what I mean? And total yards. Go through a few of these. The Packers had 362. The Broncos 391. I think the interesting thing, time possession pretty even over there, about 30 minutes for each. So yeah. It was just a rough one. I'm going to get to a comment here from Jeff. Personally, I believe Love needs to start using his legs more. look at Nix or Williams when the pocket breaks down, they run. Love takes a sack or throws the ball away. Sometimes an interception. Willis even uses his legs when he's in there. Love has a decent speed, so use it. Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, he's not like a mobile quarterback like that, but definitely like you got to get out of danger, like when that pocket's collapsed and like step up or roll out. Yeah, sometimes there's definitely times he holds the ball too long, doesn't get rid of it. But there we go. And Josh Brown says the Bears still suck. You know what I mean?
The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck.
Here we go. We gotta have that out. Here we go. Golden needs to step up. Yeah, they need to use him more. I don't know. I don't like to say like force the ball to him, but I just feel like Matthew Golden's a dude that, I mean, like, everyone's been saying it because that's not how the Packers do it. You know, it's kind of like who's there that day, but they got to try to get in the ball more, I feel like. I can see a big game from Carrington Valentine and Xavier McKinney and Rashawn Gary against the Bears. Even though we lost our best player on defense, my prediction is Packers 27 and Bears 10. I like it. Yeah, I mean, and that's what it's going to be, dude. Those guys have pride in the locker room. Like, they're going to be fired up in the locker room. They know everyone's counting them out, saying that they're done. It was just a Micah Parsons show, you know what I mean? They're all going to get in there, you know what I mean? They can get fired up a little bit. Dude, who was the guy during your watch party who posted celebrating Surtain's, I think, first quarter injury? I think we all knew that was not cool. Yeah, and I called that out, right? And I was thinking about that. I forgot exactly what it was, but someone mentioned an injury, and it was against the Broncos, and I was like, no, we don't do that. You know, it's bad vibes. So I don't know if it might be that person's fault. I forget exactly what they said, but they made some kind of joke. Yeah, I don't play around. I don't care who the team is. Injuries are bad. Definitely have faith of my team, not going to quit on them. Yeah, absolutely. There's no reason to. I'll scan through a few of these comments over here. What's this? Packers? Let me see this comment. Packers are on. Team shook. There you go. Packers beat the Bears, a playoff, right? Yeah, and then that's what it is. Like, this is a very important game, but for both sides. So the Packers want to show, you know, obviously they want to help their playoff situation. The Bears are number 1 in NFC North. I believe they're number 2 in the NFC, if I remember right. But they're up there, and they want to keep that, you know, and they kind of have, yeah, they're 10-4. Packers 9-4-1. So both these teams, this is gonna be like a playoff game. This is gonna be like a playoff atmosphere and a rivalry. It's gonna be even more severe than the first game. And, you know, their fans are way jacked up because, you know, Packers are down Parsons. They see, like, you know, blood in the water, but we going to find out, baby. We going to find out. So moving on over here to the injuries. You know, we obviously got Parsons. I think we have an injury report, you know what I mean? We're going to bring up over here.
Yes, I do.
But yeah, you got Watson. It wasn't as bad as we thought. They kind of said I thought shoulder at first, but it ended up being a chest thing. But let's look through this. Wicks questionable with an ankle. Van Ness questionable. What is that one? Kennard is questionable. Chris Brooks questionable. Josh Jacobs questionable. Marshawn Lloyd injured reserve. So you got that going for you. Christian Watson's questionable, and Savion Williams is questionable. I don't think we're going to know too much early in the week, but I expect Van Ness to play. Josh Jacobs, I think, will play. Marshawn Lloyd is an interesting one. I think that, you know, I saw Andy Herman talking about Marshawn Lloyd on Twitter, and he was saying basically next year they're going to go to you know, training camp and all that, and he's going to compete. But you know what I mean? He's kind of near in the end. But everyone says cut him. That's kind of what he was talking about on Twitter. And it's like it doesn't help. There's no advantage to it. So you see what he does next year. But yeah, he's a good talent, but just can't get on the field over there. But let's get to another comment over here. If the Packers had the kind of heart they needed in order to win big this year, they would have demonstrated that on their last drive. We saw none of that. That's just reality. Yeah, but I think that kind of when you have a major injury like that, it just sucks all the air out of your team. And I don't know. I think it had part of it. But yeah, absolutely. They didn't get it done at the end there. This is the Super Bowl. The Bears are going to win, and we're going to put you guys down, far on the list. All right. When the Packers win out, that will be another Super Bowl win. Yeah, and that's what it is. But the NFC is tough this year, dude. The Rams doing anything. Devontae Adams also injured. We got Philly boy in here. Golden with the wrist, getting updated list. Vinny. Why you always calling Vinny out? I don't think I heard about Matthew Golden on the wrist. Yeah, I don't wish hurt or nobody, but I wish everyone could play and I get hurt. Yeah, dude, I wish you could just be like Madden and turn off injury mode. You know what I mean? But all right. So let's talk about the Chicago Bear game. You know what I mean? Let's talk about the Chicago Bear game. Caleb Williams in this Chicago offense right here. But let's check out this matchup predictions we got over here. 59.2% say the Packers are going to win this game. So everyone's kind of, I see everyone talking about the Bears are going to win this game, but they're picked to win on like ESPN, and I think they're favored by a little bit. I don't really care about that because they've been, you know what I mean? All that stuff doesn't really mean anything. But a lot of people still think the Packers are going to win this thing. But so what are we thinking here, Vinny? Vinny, are you picking the Packers to win this game?
Of course, I would never.
No, but you're like all concerned about your number one spot over there, trying to stay in the top 5.
Hey, I don't care. Even if I thought the Packers would lose the game, I'm still voting for the Packers. You don't vote against your team.
All right, I'm just making sure because you seem pretty like you care. I'm just making sure you're still with us. And I see Dean over here said, I saw that half of Wisconsin wanted to donate their ACL to Micah. Yeah, like I said, I would have donated mine, but I don't think it's very good. It'd probably pop too right away when he started doing that athletic stuff. You know what I mean? He's not used to that. But yeah, Phil says 50-50 game. Bears are still underdogs. Yeah. So we're looking at the last 5 games. So the Bears beat the Vikings. What was that? Yeah, they beat the Vikings, beat Pittsburgh, beat the Eagles. That was an impressive one. Lost to the Packers and beat the Browns. So they got a nice little, streak going there, except for when they're playing the Packers. And the Packers, obviously, they beat the Giants, beat Minnesota, beat Detroit, beat Chicago. That was a nice streak. Then lost, obviously, last week. So their streak ended. So that's what it is. I think it's just going to be a battle. And the Packers defense they have to contain Caleb Williams because he's very good. He can get out. Micah Parsons, was obviously really good at, chasing him down. They need to have someone back there so Caleb Williams isn't running wild. Passing yards this year, though, Caleb Williams have 3,150. Jordan Love, 3,304. Josh Jacobs, 890 rushing yards. Swift, 935. Romeo Dobbs, is he the leading receiver? 578 receiving yards. Ed Dunze, 661. But yeah, Parsons, 12.5 sacks, sadly, not there. And Cooper, 105 tackles. Yeah, Cooper's a dog. Let's get this whole defense. Let's get Cooper. Let's get everyone all synced up and jacked up. And I think the Packers win this game. I'm going to say, I think it's going to be a close one. Like 27-24.
I think it's going to be close, too. It's going to come right down.
Yeah, I think it'll be a field goal game, probably last possession. I'm taking the Packers, obviously. I ain't never not taking the Packers. But yeah, and then you got Timmy says Micah Parsons for comeback player of the year. You know what I mean? Could happen.
Yeah,
very, very, very good chance. Jason says, way to go, Matt. I live in Chicago and deal with these Bears every day. Can't wait to sweep these Bayochis and go Pack Go from Chicago. Yeah, dude, let's sweep. It would be great to sweep them just because all the talking they do. First of all, like after that game, like all of them, like, and I made a video. I got deleted because I was like, whatever. But they were like coming after me like, you guys just won a big game, and your biggest concern is like going on Twitter and dunking on Packer fans. And that's how you know that the Packers own the Bears. You know what I mean? It's not about me rooting against my team. It's about being realistic. I've learned anything from all the late season disappointment. It's taught me that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with, doesn't mean you're not a good fan if you think the Packers are going to lose. I don't think they're going to. But yeah, there ain't no fan police over here. You know what I mean? I get that. If that's what you think, that's what you think. Feels like a moment for Love and this offense. Defense, couple turnovers, stop the run, 24-16, go Pack, go. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I think it'll be a close one. I'm saying 27-24. So let's look at, first of all, Vinny.
Yes.
What do you think the number one thing? Let me ask this. The number one thing, people in the chat can answer this too. If the Packers do this one thing, they're going to beat the Bears. What does that thing got to be?
The one thing the Packers need to do in order to defeat the Bears, one, do not turn the ball over. Because do not shoot yourself in the foot. That's number one. Second, they need to stop that run. Once again, challenge Caleb to beat us. Hands down.
Yeah, absolutely. I think stopping the run, if I had to pick one thing. I mean, just the defensive line. The defensive line play well. don't stop them. No, I won't say stop them because you're not going to stop it, but don't let them run crazy on you and control that line. I mean, I think if they lose on the defensive line, it's going to be a problem. And Caleb Williams has got a guy that can escape, obviously pretty good. So that defensive line I think is going to be what has to happen, because the secondary is. I mean, you could go the other way and say the secondary play elite, but I think that having a good defensive line play will help that secondary. But secondary, we're going to see. Yeah, but Eric's going to score more points. That's just what it is, right there.
Well, that too. Yeah.
They definitely got to do that. Eric said, I think Bears have more to prove than the Packers. They do. I think that the Bears are on they're on top right now. They're on top of the NFC North. And if they want to beat the Packers
the
right
pressure
here.
Is on them right now. Yes.
But both of these teams, I mean, are just going to be fired absolutely up. Both these locker rooms are going to be fired up. They both need this really bad. So it's going to be interesting. Philly boy, number one protected ball, time possession, smart clock management, especially in the 2-minute drills. Yeah, absolutely. Controlling the time possession, I think, is big key, especially since they're going to be trying to run the ball. They're going to be trying to run the ball heavy. That's what they're good at. That's like their specialty. And I'm not even saying that as like the dog on Caleb Williams, because I think that he can get some stuff done. But they're obviously not as good when you can stop that run a little bit. You know what I mean? Kevin says, I predict 4 turnovers. Bears win 21-14. There you go. You think Caleb Williams can throw a turnover that many times? All right.
Another thing I think they should do is long, sustained drives. Give our defense a break a little bit. Eat up some clock. Big time on those drives. Yeah.
All this stuff is easier said than done.
True.
Yeah. Because we talk about it, now I always think about that when I'm doing these podcasts or whatever. Like, they got to do this, they got to do that. Like, they don't know it. Like, they're listening. Oh, that's a good idea. This cheese factory worker is pretty good.
Well, yeah. They're watching the show. They're like, oh, yeah.
Time for the defense to start getting takeaways. Absolutely. So let's get ready for that playoff scenario. We're going to move on to that pretty quick. Well, what's up, Stacy? How you doing? We need to be penalty free. Yeah, the stupid penalties drive me nuts. Drive killers. They extend to, get defense penalties. Extend drives. Caleb Williams can't carry the team by himself. The Bears have already been exposed at Lambeau. We can beat them, and it has nothing to do with Parsons or even Watson. I mean, I think it helps when you have those guys. But, yeah, they can definitely do it.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, we got spoiled having Parsons. That is true, but it's the same defense that...
Yeah, and it
wasn't Parsons that beat the Bears. It was the defense that beat the Bears. It wasn't one guy. It was the defense
and they had a plan before they had Parsons, what they're going to do, because they didn't get Parsons until late August. It's like the day after my birthday. So they had a plan. So let's do that plan, and it better work. But so playoff scenarios. I don't know. I'm losing my voice. I got another drink down here either. But hey, Vinny, do you think the Packers secondary will be prepared for the Bears?
It's going to be a test there, but I think they're going to be fired up because, like I said, a lot of people are counting them out with Parsons gone. So there's kind of a chip on their shoulder right now. They're kind of thinking like, hey, we're not getting the respect that we kind of deserve right now,
Yeah.
They're going to come out and prove it.
That's what gets you fired up and get you going over here. So let's take a look at this playoff situation. Right now, sitting at 11-3, the Los Angeles Rams are in the number 1 seed. They did lose Devonta Adams. That sucks. But just to show you like how close everyone is, 11-3, the number 1 seed. Number 2 seed is Chicago, 10-4. 3 seed at 9-5. The Eagles. It's hard for me to see this. Tampa Bay over here, and they're the 4 seed.
I can zoom in a little bit for you.
6 is the Niners. Yeah, I'm blind. And then the Packers at the 7 seed. But like, look at the number 1, 11-3, 9-4. There's not a couple losses here and there. If someone goes on a streak, it's gonna be could be very, very good for you or very, very bad. And the AFC over there, we don't have to talk too much about it, but the number 1 seed, obviously, the Denver Broncos, 12-2, and they're similar to the AFC or NFC. There's a few teams like the Steelers have, what are they, 8-6? Is that right? I don't know. That's weird. But so the Steelers still over there in the 4th seed over there. But yeah, I don't care about the AFC. We're gonna see. But actually, I think I predict right now the Bills, they're the 6th seed. Dude, they are going to the Super Bowl for the AFC. I guarantee it.
That was a hell of a comeback win against the Patriots. I give them credit for that. That was pretty cool.
I feel like the Chiefs kind of got in their way a lot, and they're not there. So like this is the Bills' year to go. But here we go. Philly Boy says we win. Lions lose to Pittsburgh. We in. There you go. Over under 1.5. How many times are they going to show Simone Biles on the broadcast? So many times.
Of course, they showed her in Green Bay telling her husband, beat the Packers. Oh, they had to show that. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. If you're Jeff Hafley, do you double cover DJ Moore or Roman Dunze with cornerback and safety help? That's a good one. What do you think, Vinny?
Well, you got to figure, okay, I don't know. That's tough because they didn't have a Dunze, or however you say his name. They didn't have him last time. That's going to be tough. That's a tough call.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to, I mean, especially if someone's popping off, you got to give more attention. I don't know. I'm not the best person to ask about that, but they got to have a plan.
Because Moore has been doing pretty damn good.
Yeah, DJ Moore can get you. DJ Moore can get you.
So it's like,
you can take off a playoff scenario. Show my beautiful face again.
You know what? I say you double Moore and challenge Dunze or whatever to do it, because he's the one that was injured trying to come back, you know? So I say you double Moore. I mean, if I had to choose and double one of them, I would. Oh,
he's saying that he's still out. That's what Philly Boy is saying. I don't really pay attention to the Bears.
I think Philly needs to update his list.
Oh, he's saying that you need to update yours. No, Aaron says he is. Aaron doesn't know either, so I don't know if we know. Is he going to be playing or not? It don't really matter.
It doesn't matter. We'll find out.
Bills in a Super Bowl again would be great. I really respect that franchise and their fans. Yeah, I got all love for Bills fans. Bills fans are awesome. Josh Allen seems like a super dude. So you know, I wouldn't mind the Packers beating them in the Super Bowl. No, but I don't have a second favorite team, but I think the Bills are the second best franchise. I mean, I wouldn't say franchise, but like fan base. Packer fans and Bills fans, you know what I mean? But Vinny, look at today's report. So he's saying that over here. I don't know.
He's questionable. He's questionable, it says.
There we go. So it don't matter. We'll find out. It's early in the week, too.
Oh, hey, one thing I wanted to point out, Matt, and I wanted your thoughts on this real quick. Let me bring this back up again real quick. This right here. Now, notice how we're the 7th seed and the Bears are the 2nd seed, right? So obviously we would play them if the playoffs started today, right?
Yeah.
Now, some Bears fans have gone online saying that this is the perfect scenario for them because if they beat us this weekend and the playoffs started, they could actually beat us twice in the playoffs, and Ben Johnson gets his 2 victories against LaFleur, which doesn't make sense to me because we already beat him once. That's 3 games. I mean,
I would love to play the Bears in the playoffs.
Yeah. So, I mean, what are your thoughts? What would you respond back to the Bears fans for a comment like that?
I would say I would love it, dude. I'd love to play the Bears in the playoffs. I mean, I think out of the situations that's the Packers' best bet, because they know the Bears better than the rest, and they're about to sweep them. You know what I mean? So I don't care. Ben Johnson is corny. He's a weird dude. That whole comment, that whole thing. I think I don't know. He's just a weird dude, and I don't like him. I don't.
Yeah. I agree.
As for AFC Super Bowl, tough call. I think it's going to be the Bills. I feel like the Bills, it's their time. You know what I mean? But yeah. So who do we think is going to win the NFC North? All right, so hammer the chat. I think a lot of people. You know what I mean? I think it's the Packers. Packers going on a sweep right here, and the Packers are going to win the NFC North. Are you with me, Vinny? Are you with me?
100%. I am with you. Green Bay all the way.
Yeah, I think the Packers will win. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. Bring up the NFC North again, the standings, because obviously the Vikings, obviously, they're not having a good time. They did just get a win. They were all excited about that. I think some of their fans are mad that they won. But you got Chicago 10-4, Green Bay 9-4, and the Detroit's not out of it. They're 8-6. But if the Packers keep winning, you know what I mean? Beat the Bears, win out. And it's not that crazy. It's the Bears, Ravens, and Vikings. It's not impossible.
And like I said, all it takes is one injury on one team to change the dynamics of everything. Seriously.
Yeah, it's
Caleb Williams.
every week. I'm gonna say it's not gonna be easy for sure. I'm not saying it'll be easy. Even the Bears, I don't think it's gonna be an easy win, but it's definitely doable. They can get it. I got faith in this team, baby. Jason, I'm with you, Matt. Go, Pat, go. Let's get the NFC North. I think that's all I got. You got anything else, Vinny?
No, we've pretty much covered what we needed to cover on this one.
Yeah, there we go. You know what I mean? I have an interesting guest I'm going to be talking to later this week. I don't want to say it yet until it's done. But stay tuned for that. That should be an interesting conversation. And I appreciate y'all tuning in. Erica's over here. Go, Pat, go. My voice is getting a little shatty down here. I would say regular season and playoffs are two different ball games. Go, Pat, go. The Bears still suck. Absolutely they are. But I'd be all right playing them. Weather on Saturday evening looks cloudy with a low of 23 degrees. Go, Pat, go. Yeah, I don't think weather will be an issue for either side. They're both good with cold. It's not going to be that cold. I'm a huge Don Beebe fan. Buffalo is a team I like too. Yeah, their fans are cool. Jumping through tables. They seem like they can get down. You know what I mean? I like it. But there we go. We're going to wrap this up. Go, Pat, go. My voice is getting kind of weird. And my wife's kind of sick. And maybe I'm getting something. You know what I mean? But I appreciate everyone listening. Be sure to subscribe on the audio podcast on Apple, Spotify, all the places. And if you're listening on a podcast, appreciate you. And you can subscribe on YouTube and all the places as well. You can go to thematterimage.com, find all the links for all the stuff I do. And thanks for being here. You know what I mean? Ivan's a little bit late. You know what I mean? We out, Ivan. Peace.